MySayWithGeraldJ.com. This editorial, the Trump Review, includes the never-released 12 Commandments of Donald Trump. You heard me correctly, the 12 Commandments of Donald Trump. Thank you for visiting with me. Hi there, it's me, Gerald J, from MySayWithGeraldJ.com. It's amazing, absolutely amazing, how much comes to light each day about Donald Trump. The revelations of this man's background, replete with information about his family, his unethical and sometimes quasi-criminal behavior. Imagine that this man is disliked by his own family as divulged by his niece in a recent tell-all book. Donald Trump appears to be a selfish, arrogant, maniacal man who is absent of conscience and his inability to care or to love anyone except themselves. Now, you might not like that, but it's true, and I'm not the only one who's saying that. Trump suffers from a narcissistic personality disorder. His absence of faith in anything other than himself detaches him from reality. Mr. Trump is in total denial of what is happening in this country. Given his disorder, he is absent of understanding and compassion, and above all, caring. Donald Trump has no interest in blacks and minorities, and therefore is incapable of addressing the serious problems of inequality in America today. Donald Trump's words were a lightning rod that turned peaceful demonstrations into acts of civil disobedience. The president of this country failed to stand tall and to extend the hand of friendship and to voice words of compassion and understanding, underscoring the centuries of oppression and suffering that the black community has been subjected to by white America. Donald Trump's response to the black community was laced with hate, threats, and a further demoralization of blacks and minorities. He taunted them and spoiled for a fight, as he always does when he loses control. Once again, the schoolyard bully has reared his ugly head, and Trump has the unmitigated goal to show political posts and ads, blaming all this on Joe Biden, who has absolutely nothing to do with it, and he has never stated for the record that he was in favor of doing away with local police departments. That is nonsense. Sheer nonsense and political talk. No political party that I know of condones looters and those who burn cities. These people undermine the cause of the demonstrators, and they need to be arrested and tried as criminals. It's that simple. They're criminals. Donald Trump failed all Americans because he does not know how to lead a democratic nation. He is simply incompetent. He cares more about his political future than the health and welfare of the American public. The dark web, supported by Trump and his cadre of political operatives and dirty tricksters, has put out misinformation mainly to many Americans who regrettably cannot discern the fact from the fiction, have been duped into believing Trump, and he uses these people as sheep who follow him blindly because they cannot reason for themselves, unfortunately, for whatever reason. And you can be unequivocally assured that police will continue to maintain law and order in this country, albeit the lies and rumors that the Trump political machine has put forth. Defunding is not a synonym to eliminate police departments and their ancillary services. Absolutely not. It is a catch-all word used as a wake-up call to direct police departments throughout this nation to weed out officers with psychological and social disorders and who demonstrate prejudice towards minorities. Officers whose record of performance demonstrates a propensity towards violence and use of excessive force must be discharged from the police force. Police departments need to clean up their own house. They need to make a clean sweep of the problems that are systemic within that department. And for the unions, they need to come together and realize that they will do a much better job by having the best men and women represent them. The Trump administration has been unable to accomplish anything given Trump's inability to work cooperatively with Congress and his own administration, which is crippled given inside fighting, mistrust, and the total disrespect of the president. Cabinet members who are constantly challenged for their loyalty and whether or not they are loyal and stand by the president. And if he decides they're not for whatever reason, they get fired. The White House obviously has a revolving door that goes around and around and around. Mr. Trump will go to any lengths to avoid telling the nation the truth. Trump demonstrates his ability as a carnival barker and so follow the sheep of American society. These fundamentalists want to turn back the hands of time. They believe the white hierarchy is being challenged. They do not want change, and they choose not to understand blacks and minorities and dislike them out of fear. White Americans have been the hierarchy of this nation, firmly planted at the top of the sociological ladder for years. Blacks and minorities were never allowed to move up that ladder without a struggle, and too often without a sacrifice of lives. And now, the 12 commandments of the Trump Code.